chewing gum. The flavored substance designed to be enjoyed without being swallowed, with flavors ranging from peppermint to watermelon, with dozens and dozens of flavors in between. Often with artificial sweeteners or sweetening alternatives. Gum is something that I find myself enjoying quite regularly. It freshens my breath. It can help you focus. I often find it helps with stress relief, or just simply enjoying the texture of that chewy little blob in your mouth. That makes it sound not as good, but you get the idea. So today, I've picked up all the different classic gums you'd probably find at your local gas station or convenience store. And we're going to be trying the peppermint flavor of each and deciding which gum is the best. So let's head over to the taste testing table and we'll get started. Alright, welcome to the gum taste testing table, where we're going to be testing each and every one, and I'll probably be switching from whispering to softly speaking a little bit throughout this video. And of course, there will be gum chewing as well. So, first off, we have Orbit. Orbit is probably one of the more commonly referred to gums, at least for me. A lot of people I know chew Orbit. Though I do hear a lot of people bash it, saying the flavor doesn't last very long. I don't know. There are some of these gums I have never even tried before either, so there is that to be thinking about. So we have Orbit. Then we have the tried and true, the Trident. Classic. I've definitely had this. I've had it a lot as a kid. I used to have an aunt who would give me a piece of this. I wasn't really allowed to have gum as a kid. Mostly because I would stick it to things and my parents didn't like that I, get stuck in the carpet. But as well as that, don't slide out of my fingers. But as well as that, I also, my parents just didn't want me to have this stuff. It's not super great for you. So, Orbit, Trident. But my aunt would give me these, and I would, savor them all day, by the way. That was the point of my story. I would, get one piece, and I would just save that. I'd chew it the whole day, even though the flavor was gone in, 25 minutes. That's probably even being generous, now that I'm thinking about it. But, anyway, after Trident, we have Extra by Wrigley's. I think Wrigley's also makes Orbit, now that I'm thinking about it. Does Wrigley's make Trident as well? I feel like Wrigley's makes, everything. No, I don't think so. Extra, I don't think I've ever had. As crazy as that might sound. This says long-lasting flavor, though. And so does Trident. Orbit does not claim that. So, the Orbit, though, does claim that it is an even cleaner feeling in your mouth, which is interesting. We'll see if that's true. We then most influential gum of my generation. 5 gum. We'll see if I can get my camera to actually focus. There we go. 5 gum. I remember the advertisements for 5 gum, and I didn't even watch that many advertisements as a kid, but even I remember the ads. You know, this is what it feels like to chew 5 gum. This is a classic. I'm really excited to try this one. I have had it before, but it's been a really long time. Then we have Eclipse by Wrigley's. I've never even heard of Eclipse. I just wanted to try it because it's new. I've never heard of it. And this one says winter frost, not peppermint. I don't know what that is. So we're going to assume it's similar because it's the similar color. Usually like winter green is a greenish color, which, to be fair, winter green is my favorite flavor of gum. I'm not really a huge peppermint person, but I will chew peppermint. I like it sometimes. It's the most refreshing, and I feel like it's the most, that's like the flavor you think of when you think of gum. To freshen your breath, of course. Then we have classic Mentos Pure Fresh Gum. I don't know, is Mentos also by Wrigley's? For all I know, Wrigley's makes like all the gum in the world. I don't think so, though. This is just made by Mentos. I have never had this gum either, so we're going to be trying something new there as well. And last but certainly not least, we have icebreakers. And icebreakers, this is probably one of the only gums I actually do get now, as an adult still, sometimes. I really like the flavor of icebreakers. So, it's another one. And that's what we have. So, we're going to go through each one of these. We're going to chew it for a couple of minutes. Not even, probably like 30 seconds to a minute. And we're going to decide which one of these gum flavors is the best. Which one do I like the most? If I had to make assumptions, I would either say the ones that I have a feeling will win for me is 5 gum, Trident, and icebreakers. The rest of these are either unknowns, like these 3, or one that I just don't, I haven't had Orbit in a really, really long time, and I might be wrong, but I do remember thinking Orbit was like, eh. But we won't know until we try. So, let's get these unwrapped. I'm going to do that off camera because it's going to be too noisy. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, so here they are. We've got the icebreakers, Eclipse, Mentos, Extra Orbit, Trident, 5 gum. And it smells like peppermint in my house now. After opening all these, it's so strong. So, we're going to try one first. And I kind of want to go with one that I have had before. So I think we're going to go with the Orbit. I'm going to unwrap it. This is what Orbit looks like up close. Just a little strip of gum in classic Wrigley's fashion. And we're going to pop it right in. It's nice. Yeah. I mean, it's really just a pretty straightforward peppermint flavor.
artificially flavored. So is Trident. 5 gum is natural and artificial. Extra is natural and artificial. Mentos is artificial. I don't know what Eclipse is. Ice Cubes is natural and artificial. As far as wrapping goes, I think the 5 gum looks the coolest. I like the blue. But I also like the cube for the icebreakers. This is kind of a nostalgic taste, but what I really like about it is it's actually not that overwhelming. Like, it's not super pepperminty to where it like hurts to eat it. It's got that like sweetness to it. And the flavor, it's still going. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, my mom was always very, like, she was always iffy on the whole gum thing because I would get it stuck in my fur and I'd get it stuck in the carpet. So, I often wouldn't get gum. But honestly, the flavor is lasting a decent amount of time. I mean, it's not crazy. The reality is I'm not sure I'll be able to taste or to test the length of every flavor just because it's going to take forever to do that. But it's still got flavor after what, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes? It's very strong still. So let's put Orbit aside. Now we'll move into, let's say, one I haven't had. I'll give my mouth just a quick little break here. You know, I might go get some water. Actually, that would be a good idea, just to kind of cleanse my palate. I will be right back. Alright. Got the water. I took a sip. I forgot that whenever you drink water after chewing gum, peppermint gum, your mouth, it's like insanely cold. So that'll be interesting. But we're going to try the extra next, I think. That's what the packaging looks like. Simple. will say this tastes more real than this one. It tastes like more like a real peppermint flavor. But one thing that I will say is the flavors. The flavors actually like gone almost already. I mean, not really, but kind of. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Ooh, that's spicy. Yeah, I don't like the flavor notes that linger. I like the Orbit's flavor notes more. Because, of course, once you chew for like a minute, basically, you've gotten most of the intense flavor, and then you're left with this kind of subtle flavor. And I'm just not sure that was... But I like the way that one tastes more. Okay. So, that's 2 out of the many we have. How many do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flavors. Which one am I feeling next? I think I'm going to do Trident next. Trident is definitely one of the ones that I also just like the name Trident. I think that's like my favorite name. And names are important, so. It's just another like Wrigley's style little strip. Got a loud car. I don't like the color of this gum at all. It's like yellow. Looks old or something. But now, granted, this is probably how gum actually looks. Like, this looks the most real. Like the light blue, though it is very nice, it's also like really artificial. So there is something to be said. I gotta give Trident props for this looking normal. Let's give it a taste. Actually, I want to give it a sniff first. Yeah. This smell almost smells like an Axe body spray or something. Which that shouldn't make me want to eat it, honestly. Whoa. Yeah. This is really, really strong. This is the strongest peppermint flavor out of all 3 of these. It also doesn't really taste like peppermint. This is another one that's completely artificially flavored. So that shouldn't really shock me. But, wow. I honestly don't like this one that much already. It's like a little nostalgic. Because like I said, my aunt used to give me Trident a lot. And there's just that like core childhood memory. But the actual flavor is really mid. It's kind of gross. Also, I don't know why I said that. I never use that term. It's kind of, yeah. It's a little much, honestly. Yes, the flavor's staying there. It's kind of sour, actually. I don't like that. That's kind of surprising. I was not expecting for that one to be one I didn't like. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trident. You have the coolest name, but I'm not sure you have the best gum. I actually think out of the 3 of these, I actually think Orbit is currently like winning by a very small margin. I think Extra and Orbit are both pretty good. I don't really know why Wrigley's needs like 5 different gum brands that are all just the same flavor, but whatever. Alright, let's try one that I have never had again. I'm gonna go with the Mentos, I think. And I like how round, I like the different shaped gums like this, like the little round guys. Doesn't really smell like anything. For the longest time, I didn't even know Mentos made gum. I just always think of Mentos as the things you put in Coca-Cola to make them blow up. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. This is really strong. Wow. That's intense. That actually hurts. That'll wake you up in the morning. Wow. I guess it looks like there is some kind of like gel in the middle, in the center of the Mentos. I don't know, according to this picture. Yeah, no. This one's way too intense. And honestly, I don't even care enough. Like I don't even really wanna see if that improves. And I really don't like the flavor of that at all. It's way too intense. And like also, I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of tastes like cleaner or something. I don't like the Mentos at all. I mean, if you really wanted your breath to smell like the maximum goodness that it could smell, like if you wanted it to really intensely kick that bad breath smell, these would be very good. For flavor though, they're just, I don't like that at all. That's gross. Okay. I think it's time for I think it's time to taste 5 gum. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to experience what it's like to chew 5 gum. Here we go. I like the little 5s and it's blue. This is definitely my favorite packaging. Actually, I'm gonna take another quick sip of water because that was so intense. Yeah, my breath. So this gum is also the same, it's the same color as the extra, or at least very close to the same color, light blue. Alright, let's try it. Yeah, I have no idea what people are talking about. I don't know. Like, what is it? What does it feel like to chew 5 gum? What the?
Stimulate your senses.
Okay, that was weird. I guess now I know what it tastes like to chew 5 gum. What it's like, it was a little weird. Had me scared for a minute there. But, honestly, this one is delicious. Like, in all seriousness, I think this is my favorite one so far. Flavor is nice and smooth. Not super spicy. Not super like bland or too mild. It's got that nice sweetness that I like, that would allow me to want to chew it more often. Whereas stuff like the Mentos and even like the Trident, this is like a traditional gum shape, I feel like. And Eclipse, I've never heard of, but I have seen it. I think I've seen it maybe once or twice. But when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I've never tried that before. Now, the only thing is, this is called Winter Frost, so it may not be peppermint. And if that's the case, I don't think I'll disqualify it, but it does need to be slightly, like, adjusted for that. It's definitely got peppermint in it, for sure. At first I was like, oh, is this wintergreen? It's not. It's not. This does not say whether it has artificial flavors. It's natural and artificial. I was gonna say, because this one does kind of taste more real. The 5 gum didn't really taste quite as real, but I still liked it a lot. Also, this is by Wrigley's. 5 gum is also Wrigley's. I should have known. It says it right here, actually. Yeah. This one's honestly kind of nice. I actually like this one. It's also got this crinkly. Chris Crinkle. Alright. I like that one. The flavor, it's good. It's lasting. I will say about the 5 gum, it didn't feel like the flavor was going to last very long. So I am going to knock points down for that. Like, it was already fading. This is actually still got some flavor to it. And now, for the last one, and it already fell onto the table, but the icebreakers. This is definitely one that I still get on occasion. I like to get the ice grape flavor. I never get this flavor, but still. I do like icebreakers, but I do feel like icebreakers are notorious for not really lasting very long. Like, the flavor pretty much goes immediately. So, as much as I like icebreakers, I have a feeling they're gonna get points taken away for that. They smell delicious, though. It's so crazy how different these taste than anything else. It's weird. They're very different, even though they're peppermint. Like, most of these have a pretty similar... They hit your mouth in a very similar way. These hit my taste buds a little differently. Now, one thing I will say is they do taste very, very minty. Like, legitimately minty, not fake. But then they kind of go into this weird, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, first it hits really minty, then it kind of goes down. It tastes kind of like soapy or something for a minute, like soap. And it comes back up and it kind of tastes like minty, and then goes back down and tastes like soap again. I do like them, though. I don't particularly like the soapy flavor, but these are yummy. Overall. Now, the next thing I will definitely say is the flavor is already, like, really weak. Like, really weak. Which is kind of surprising. This quickly. It's kind of crazy. Okay. The flavor is completely gone. Pretty much. Like, that's crazy. Okay. So now, I'm actually going to just get rid of one of these because we know we don't need them both. Now it's time for the rankings. And we'll actually start with the ones that we started with and work our way down. Starting with Orbit. Orbit was not as bad as I thought it would be. I really like the name Orbit as well. I'd say besides Trident, Orbit is probably one of my favorites. I also do kind of like Eclipse, but its flavor was solid. I actually really did like the flavor, but it did go away pretty quickly. And I do like the flavor that it like transforms into as you chew it for a little while. So I would definitely put this one up pretty high. I will have to see here. The next one was Trident, or not Trident, Extra. Extra, I didn't like the initial flavor very much. And I also didn't totally like the way that it went, like what it transformed into. It did taste a little bit more real than the Orbit, which I didn't dislike, but then there was also something about it. It was a little like I said, almost a little sour or something. The Trident, I actually did not like straight up. I was just kind of like, that is gross. I actually don't even enjoy that, hardly at all. I'm really surprised by that one. I think this is the most surprising one that I've had this whole time. It was just kind of gross. I don't know, like it was very sour and kind of spicy in a way that I didn't really like. And it tasted really artificial, like it tasted really fake. So, that one's going up there. What did we try next? Was it the 5 gum or the Mentos? I think it was the Mentos, right? The Mentos were disgusting. There's nothing else to be said about it. Again, I'd say they are the most useful if you're trying to make your breath smell good, and I will give them points for that, but they're just way, way, way too much. They also have so many ingredients. Oh, but they use xylitol. Interesting. Xylitol is pretty good for your teeth, actually. Regardless, Mentos, yuck. 5 gum. Well, now that we know what it's like to chew 5 gum, I have to say, this is probably the best one. And I know that's kind of crazy. I wasn't really expecting this one to be the top one. But I do like it a lot. It was really good. It was just really yummy. All around, like just a solid taste. So 5 gum. And then it was the Eclipse. This one was surprisingly really nice. I like this one. The flavor was just like, this one was like, I'm gonna put this one as the center. This was like perfectly average chewing gum. I liked it. It was good. It wasn't anything fancy. But I'm not gonna give it like huge props either. And then we have the icebreakers, and the icebreakers are good. But like I said, I was getting like strong soapy flavors, which is gross. I did not like that, and it was bothering me the more it sat in my mouth. So, if Eclipse is like a 5, right, it's dead center out of 10, we're going to now put these in the correct order. I would put Trident below Eclipse, along with Mentos. Mentos being the worst, Trident being the second to worst, Eclipse being the center. Okay, and that is literally the worst. Mentos is the worst, Trident, so it only gets better from here, basically. From there, I am actually going to put, oh man, this is hard. I think I'm gonna put, I don't want to do this. I don't. icebreakers right above Eclipse. And then I'm going to do extra, orbit, and 5 gum. I'll do this, that way they don't, I can put them all in the shot. So, it goes Mentos, Trident, Eclipse, icebreakers, extra, orbit, 5. Again, Mentos were too much. Trident, I didn't like the flavor. Eclipse was just solid. Icebreakers are just very important to me. I just like icebreakers. But I didn't love the flavor of this one that much. I do think it kind of tasted like soap. Extra was good. I liked how real it tasted, but there was some after flavors I wasn't super fond of. Orbit was honestly just all around very solid. And I think 5 was the best. Sorry, I hit my microphone. But yeah, I think 5 was the best. I just think it had the best overall flavor. Honestly, it also has really cool packaging. I really like the blue. It just looks cool. The shiny metallic blue is just a really pretty look. So, let me know what you guys think of this tier list here. I could give them rankings. I would give the Mentos like a 3 out of 10. Trident, I'd give a 4 out of 10. Eclipse is a solid 5. Icebreakers is like a 7. Extra is like a 7.5. Orbit was like an 8. 5 was like a 9. But let me know what you guys think. Tell me which one of these do you enjoy. If you're